Assalamu alaikum and good afternoon my dear all friends. I'm Ahmad Rashid Ahmad Zay again with a new English lecture, starting with from my channel, most merciful and most compassionate. My dear all friends, before starting our today's lecture, same like usual, I would like to ask you all to like my videos, subscribe my YouTube channel, and do not forget to press the bell icon of my YouTube channel to receive all the notification of my new videos. My dear all friends, as you all can see that today we are going to talk about vice. That what is vice in grammar? My dear all friends, we can explain vice in two different ways. One, we can say that vice is a sound which is coming from has. And also in grammar way, we are going to give completely a different type of explanation for vice. We can explain vice like this one. Vice is a term that used to describe, to say or to describe whether the verb is active or passive. It means that we can use vice as well as a term to describe that the verb is active or passive. From this definition, we can find out, my dear all friends, we can discover that the vice is broken into two different types, which are active vice and also passive vice. Also, we can say that there are two types of vice in English grammar, which are active vice and also passive vice. What is active vice and also what is passive vice? When the subject of the verb is doing the action of the verb, it is called active vice. For example, I study English. In this sentence, I is the subject, study is the verb, and subject is the one which is doing the action of the verb in this sentence. And what is passive voice? When the subject of the verb is being acted upon, it is called the passive voice of the verb. For example, we can say, we can change this active sentence to passive in a very simple way. I study English. English is studied by me. In this sentence, we can use by phrase at the end of our passive voice. Also, we can omit the by phrases from our passive sentence. We can simply say like this one as well, that English is studied. In this sentence, the subject is being acted or the verb is being acted on the subject of this sentence. My dear all friends, also we can say like this one, that passive voice is the voice when something is done on the subject, it is called the passive voice, and when something is done by the subject, it is called the active voice. My dear all friends, today I also want to talk about the two different types of passive in English grammar. We can generally divide the passive voice in two different ways, which are called long passive and also short passive. What are short passive? Short passives are those passives that we don't use any by phrases at the end of them. For example, English is studied. In this sentence, we don't have any by phrase. By who, it is not clear. And what are long passive? Long passive are those passive that we use the by phrase at the end of our sentence. For example, English is studied by me or by Ahmad or by Mahmoud. In this sentence, we have the agent at the end of our sentence. My dear all friends, also we can say that there are the three other different types of passive. For example, there are studied passive, normal passive, and also agent passive. But generally, we can say that the passives are divided into two types, which are called long passive and also short passives. My dear all friends, as your homework, I want to give you some sentences and you need to change them from active voice and into passive voice. Also, inshallah ta'ala, in upcoming or in new videos, I'm going to talk about each tenses and the way of changing active to passive. Just try to change these sentences from active to passive. Open the door, the imperative sentence to change it from active to passive. I will talk about the changing of imperative sentence from active to passive as well. For example, I am studying dairy. Try to change it from active to passive. And the next one is try to change this sentence as well from active to passive, that I am driving the car. My dear all friends, it was our today's lecture about voice, the two types of voice, active voice, passive voice, and also the two types of passive voice, short passive voice, and also long passive voice. I hope you enjoyed and learned some new things from our today's lecture. In case of facing with any components, any question, or any suggestion, you can text me, and also you can write it down in my video comment section. Take care of yourself. Be blessed. Allah Hafiz.